Hey, I want to talk about this. Did you know that people are actually using the Whataburger app, as I say water, it's Whataburger.
That's right.
App as a resource. You used it too?
Oh yeah, I've had it downloaded on my phone for weeks.
So people are using this to track power outages. Funny, not funny, but this is a look at the locations, across the Houston area. So we've pulled this up. Logos in gray, you can see where the Whataburger logo's in gray. Those are locations at those Whataburgers that don't have power, and logos in orange do. So people are using this not necessarily because they want to go to Whataburger, but I mean, if you live in the area near that Whataburger with no power, you probably don't have it. But where do they have power?
Well, so this is what we were looking at yesterday when we were trying to find out hotels, right? Because
so you could find a hotel in that vicinity.
Right. Yeah. So Brandon, the kids were like, well, we got to get out of the house. It's too hot. Yeah. And so we were using this to kind of look, are there going to be hotels? Now, all the hotels are all taken up. It didn't work out that way. Yeah. But to give you an idea, we said, okay, well, what about up in the Woodlands? Well, the Woodlands looked like they at least had some power. And we said earlier today that Entergy was starting to put in and kind of reconfigure and structure some of the power lines up there too.
Yeah. I mean, so then once you get here, if you do download the app and you want to use this, because hey, it's better than nothing, you could take a look at, like, let's see, it's interesting because on 290, like, that one doesn't have it, but this does. But this whole area right here.
Yeah, around Jersey Village there.
Yeah, it looks like they have it. And then you just click on the actual icon and it tells you which one that is.
Boom.
That's at FM 1960. It looks like right here, near Willowbrook. That whole area there. Yep. So you can look at the article on our website, click2houston.com, and that's where you can read the Whataburger president and CEO's response to how people are using this app. So in short, he's reminding people that the app should only be used as a general idea of power availability. But if you're actually looking to go to Whataburger, he's saying right now maybe you want to call the location
just to make sure they're open.
Sure they're open. Again, you can read the full statement and more on click2houston.com.
I got to tell you, in case you need a sweet and spicy, if it's open, go get yourself.
Right, exactly. We also, I don't know if we have that, but we were going to tell people, so CenterPoint did put up, they don't have the power outage map. They're calling it a restoration map.
I've actually been messing with it in the Weather Center as well. And it's very good compared to having nothing. Yeah. It's not bad because it gives you the orange, the blue, and the green. Right. And in my neighborhood in particular, I checked this morning when I was going out, and it's fairly accurate to who had power and who didn't have power.
Yeah. I got an email from one viewer who was like, I looked and it says that it says that Kingwood is like 50% with power, and that's not true. So take a look at it, see but so far it's better than nothing. Here it is. Right. This is what you look at. And the CenterPoint representative communications person who came on live with us at 6 this morning was really stressing this isn't an outage map. This is a restoration map. And I'm like, well, isn't that the same thing? Like, if you can see which ones haven't been restored.
From what I can tell, from what I read is that areas in green have what they've called fuse level power.
Which means you have to go right there exactly to the source?
Yes, you have to go to the source. So, and we were talking about this Monday, and when the power was going out, I think what they mean, and if somebody knows differently, correct me, because I don't want to get the information wrong here, but my understanding of that is that it's if a transformer or a breaker has been tripped, right, like a kill switch, so it doesn't fry the whole thing. Right. So they go back to the fuse level and then turn it back on, and then it reloads. The areas in orange are areas that are still being assessed. Okay. And the areas in blue have been assessed, and those are the next ones that are supposed to get turned on or are going to be worked on today. And they're not just like in grids and chunks and squares. Yeah, I mean, because it's all different depending on how the grids are.
Right, and people have been asking for some sort of timeline, so that's there it is. That's what they've got so far. Right. It's progress from yesterday.
As you said, better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly.